Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today on behalf of my constituents in Western North Carolina who are angered and disgusted by what we've uncovered in Washington, and they have every right to be. Just yesterday, Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency uncovered that FEMA bureaucrats, holdovers from the last administration and against the Trump administration's wishes, tried to send $59 million payments to luxury hotels for illegal immigrants in New York City. They had the gall to try and sneak this under our noses. But I tell you, Mr. Speaker, not anymore. That's just the tip of the iceberg, though. Since late 2022, FEMA has spent over $1.4 billion of our hard-earned tax dollars on illegal immigrant housing, transportation, and services. That's $1.4 billion that could have been sent to disaster victims, for rebuilding communities, for helping Americans in crisis, squandered on Biden's failed border policies. Meanwhile, Hurricane Helene devastated my district and tore through communities throughout western North Carolina and eastern Tennessee and other southern states. It took over 100 lives, wiped entire towns off the map, Mr. Speaker, and left thousands of American families homeless. They needed FEMA to step up and do their jobs. They needed help. And let me tell you, Mr. Speaker, but for the volunteers, but for the nonprofits, but for the churches, we would be looking at more loss of life, more loss of property, and more devastation. You know, shortly after I was sworn in, we had a winter storm. Tell me why during that winter storm were illegal immigrants given luxury hotel rooms while my constituents, American citizens, were calling my office asking and pleading for FEMA to help extend their hotel vouchers during a winter storm. They had nowhere to go home to, no heat, and Washington bureaucrats turned their backs on them. Thank God for President Trump, for Secretary Kristi Noem, and for DOGE, because this is getting turned around fast. But Mr. Speaker, I also want to show you something with this new poster that was just put beside me. This is a photo in western North Carolina. This is a photo that I took, and this is what Biden's FEMA has ignored. I took this picture, as I say, 2 weekends ago in Chimney Rock. It's a very small town, but it gives you a glimpse of things. These people still need help to rebuild their homes, their businesses, as well as major bridges and roads. And this is just a snapshot of some of the damage that we have. We're still in the thick of it. And who showed up for us? Who showed back up? President Trump did. He made it his very first trip of his second term and one of his administration's biggest priorities. We've also been honored that Secretary Noem came here literally with a shovel and a wheelbarrow to help and to see what's happening. Just yesterday, Secretary Duffy visited us in western North Carolina to see the damage along I-40 and pledged his support to ensure that I-40 gets rebuilt. And back even before the elections, Tulsi Gabbard came right after the storm with her nonprofit to bring everything from chainsaws to food. My friends, this is real leadership in action. But you know, when it comes to the federal government, President Trump is working very hard to root out corruption. He is making sure that the bureaucrats who betrayed the American people are held accountable. No more backdoor deals. No more slush funds for illegal immigrants. No more Washington elites ignoring the very people they are supposed to serve. It took President Trump to step in and fix this mess. And let me tell you, he is fixing it fast. We are already seeing money flowing back to the disaster relief where it belongs. We're cutting through the miles of bureaucratic red tape that delayed rebuilding efforts in North Carolina and Tennessee. We're making sure that no American is left behind ever again. But, Mr. Speaker, this is just the beginning. Every single federal employee needs to hear this loud and clear. If you think you can keep wasting taxpayer dollars, if you think you can keep sneaking through payments for illegal immigrants, if you think you can ignore the suffering of the American people, your time is up. To the many bureaucrats who refuse to go to work, get out of your pajamas, show up at the office, start doing your jobs, or get doged. President Trump is leading. We are rebuilding, and we are making sure the American people, not illegal immigrants, not political insiders, not corrupt bureaucrats, but the American people are put first. This fight is not over by a long shot, but I promise you this, Mr. Speaker, we will win it, and with that, I yield back. Thank you.